friends, it's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome. It has been a while and I'm not even going to kind of get into all of that right now. I have filmed a video talking about kind of what's been happening, where I've been, and some new stuff for the channel that is going to happen next year. So I just want to say that if you I know that I have some subscribers who have been with me for a really long time, and I appreciate you. And if you are new here, then I also appreciate you subscribing, hanging out, and spending a little bit of your day with me. Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all of that good stuff. Yeah, it's been, life. But I did want to do a quick flip through of my personal rings, which really I have been going strong in, and I kind of wanted to do this flip because I need to take some stuff out. She is a chunk and she will not close anymore. So yeah, let's just kind of dive in. I don't really kind of decorate a lot, and actually like switching up all of my stuff. I know a lot of people love that. It just makes me really anxious, the idea of pulling all the things together and then printing and cutting and all of that stuff. It's the one drawback I have with my rings, although, it doesn't really have to be that way. I could just order inserts already printed and put them in and leave it purely functional. But I do need a little bit of spice, a little bit of razzle dazzle to make this a place that I want to hang out in. So I have a little bit just of cuteness in my pockets, and that's really it. I have really been loving my Pilot G2 pens, either in 0.5 or 0.38. So this is I don't know if I said, this is a Vanderspec. The leather is Touch Me, the color is Tobacco. It is the personal size. I have Franklin Covey compact inserts in here, and I have been loving the switch. Just that little bit of extra space has been, I don't want to be dramatic and say that it's been life-changing, but it's been life-changing. So this is just some vellum that I printed myself, some scrapbook paper. I think I ordered the paper pad from scrapbook.com, the task reminders trigger list from Plan with B, and I just have some grid paper in here for notes if I need it. This is more vellum that I printed and then I laminated it. It just has some transparent sticky notes, a picture of my son. Let me make sure that I am in focus. Picture of my son when he was little. Those little yellow rain boots just kill me. And just a little bit of deco, more sticky notes, pictures of my family. This was our Christmas card one year, and I just found one in a box, so I just cut the message part off and punched it in. I glued some other cardstock on the back side. The same pictures that are always in here. These are my parents. They have both passed away. I lost my mom in the beginning of 2020, January 2020 actually, and my dad just passed away in May. That is my grandson. My dad and my youngest son at his second birthday. a picture of my husband and I at our daughter's college graduation. That is my youngest boy. These dividers I got off of Amazon. They're personal size. No, I think I may have, because I got a set for my A5 too, and I think I cut this down from my A5. Yeah, that's what I did. So this is my monthly section, and the one thing that I have discovered is I like having like all of my months together so that I can reference them, but I have been doing my monthly, like once I get into the month, and I hope I can explain it a little bit better, but I like having my weeklies and my dailies of that month together. So I've kind of switched up my setup. This I made in Canva, printed on vellum. All of my dividers I made on Canva. I just printed them on regular copy paper because that's all I had at the time, and I really wanted to get them printed. I have been using the month on 2-page freebie from Peanuts Planner Co. And this is December so far. And then I already have 2024's punched in here and a bunch of stuff already planned for next year. I do keep a whole year of monthlies in here just as like reference. More vellum that I printed. That's just a picture of my husband and I. And then, so my agenda section is where I keep my monthlies and my dailies. And like I said, I've been really appreciating having my weeklies and my dailies together in one section. So for October, I was using the Peanuts Planner Co. week on 2-page freebie that she has in her Facebook group. And this is a favorite for a reason. I feel like it gives you enough space to get just like a really kind of high level overview of all the things that are happening in your week. The one thing that I struggle with is that sometimes it feels like too much space for my weekly, because I feel like I do most of my planning in my daily pages, and I have like trackers that I use. So this part I don't really need or probably use as frequently as I should, or I could, I guess, but that's because I track this stuff on another insert. But I do like having the two sort of lists where you can split it up to whatever you need it to be. And then like I was using one side for dinners, one side for workouts. And I planned in these for a couple of weeks, mainly because I didn't want to invest any money in Franklin Covey compact size inserts if I wasn't going to continue to use them. So these are, this is how my weeks turned out in October. And then we go into my dailies. So I was using a day on 2-page from, where is this from? Monthly Joy on Etsy. And it worked, like these work. I really like having, even though I am a stay-at-home mom, I don't work outside of the home. Well, I'm an aspiring author, so I try to get my writing done at home. It's the whole thing. But I like having the timeline on the side because it sort of holds me accountable. I think a lot of times I think that I have more time to do things than I actually do. So this is just, and I am very much, I have said it before, an out of sight, out of mind kind of person. I think that's like an ADHD thing, maybe, which I didn't know that I had, but it really explains a lot of my life. So, oh, well, he's, it's fine. So yeah, like you can see on Wednesdays, I have a little more time because Wednesdays look a little different for me. I don't know. I don't think I mentioned it. And if you're not new here, then you know, but I have, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm trying to finish writing my book series, and I also have, how many months is he? 16 months maybe? 15 months? Anyway, I have a little grandson that I keep during the week while my daughter is at work, and I don't have him on Wednesdays. And so I have a little bit more time to schedule my Wednesdays than I do during the rest of the week because obviously, like, you know, he's up and doing things and we're playing and we're going to the library and whatever. So I have to fit all of the other things around his schedule, and he's down to only taking one nap, like when he's with me during the day, and I usually watch him from about 10 until 5. So Wednesdays, I have time to kind of devote to other things. So I appreciate having the timeline there so visually I can see like what I need to do, how many hours in the day I have to do it. And then, yeah, because I drop my youngest son off at school at well, we leave the house at 7:50. So, and then I leave to pick him up at 2:40. So anything that I want to get done needs to get done in that chunk of time on Wednesdays. And then I really like these inserts because you also have room for a to-do list. There's some meal tracking, which I was doing, room for notes and such. So I used those for October, when I really kind of fully moved into my personal rings again. Some days are busy, some days aren't. Some days I really kind of lean into using my planner. Some days I don't, but this is kind of, some days some days I will use washi tape and throw some stickers on. Most of the time it's just kind of pen and mild liner or Tombow or whatever. So that was all of October, my weeks and my days. This is a freebie from Hey Planner Girl. I just have some Post-its stuck on a piece of cardstock. This is my youngest son. And then this is November. So in November, I found a new weekly that I really, really love from Crafective Paper. So this is what a blank one looks like. And I really like it because when I was using my Hobonichi, this is really how I was dividing those pages. So you have this column that I use for appointments. This column I use to put my meals down and to track my workouts, and then this side I just use for notes if I need it. And then but then you get this extra space on the side so you can use it however. So I really, really love this insert. So this was the first week that I used it. You can see I put priorities at the top. This November was the beginning of NaNoWriMo. It was, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I have priorities, then I have tasks, and then I kind of have content things in this section. So you can see appointments, things I need to know, meals, and then just kind of general notes. This week I didn't put anything up there. I just stuck a sticker. And that was, I think, the last week in November. Yeah. And then I was kind of feeling like a day on 2 pages was a little too much. So I think that I started using a day on 1 page at some point, I think in November, or maybe I didn't switch it. Okay, this is when I switched it. So this was Saturday the 4th. This must have been Sunday the 5th. And then, yeah, I thought like I wasn't really needing this much space. So then I started using this day on 1 page, also from Crafective Paper. If you like printables and you have not checked out this shop, I believe they just have like a Shopify store. I don't think that I bought these off of Etsy. But all of the like inserts and whatnot, I will link below if you want to check them out. So this is a day on 1 page. It still has the timeline, which is why I really like it. And then just room for notes. So this is kind of the rest of November. Once again, sometimes stickers and washi, sometimes not. Sometimes they do feel a little bit cramped if I'm really kind of on my shit. Then I feel like I don't have enough space. But luckily for me, most of the time I'm not on my shit, so I do have enough space. Yeah, and then I think that I saw this in a Crystal Plans video. She had made this on Canva, this acetate that says living my okayest life, and I thought that that was brilliant. So I of course made one on Canva and printed it on acetate, layered it with this Hey Planner Girl vellum, and now we are into December. So I'm still using that same really well designed Crafective Paper insert, loving it. And then this is the current week. And then, yeah, I'm into my dailies. So I feel like they're being well used, which is really what I want. I don't always use my planner on the weekends, you can see. So sometimes I won't write anything, or yeah, sometimes I won't write anything if I've already like written the day at the top in a burst of optimism that I'm going to be productive on the weekends. I will just use it to make like general lists or whatever. And then this is the current week. Well, it's not Monday, it's Wednesday, but so this is Monday, Tuesday. I'm filming this on Wednesday. And what I have been doing is I have, which you will see, I have a section that has like my cleaning inserts in it. And not that I don't know the things that I need to clean, I do. But like I said, I like having it in my face to remind me. And you know, I was a kid who was driven by gold stickers on a chart, so marking things off on my habit tracker really satisfies the inner child in me. And so what I did, because I didn't really find myself flipping back to my home section, is, which I don't know why this didn't occur to me sooner, but just taking this paper out of the back and moving it day to day. And that's been working remarkably well. I don't like, these are the main rooms in our house, and I don't do like zone cleaning or anything. I just like, I will just clean when I have the time or when I see that it needs to be done in these areas. These are things that I try to do every day or every other day, or at least more frequently than once a week. And then I can just kind of track when I've done it. Like I can see here that it is Wednesday and I haven't vacuumed, which sounds kind of gross, but even without looking at this, like when I was walking up the steps, I was like, oh, I need to vacuum the steps because we have like a dog. And so, yeah, I don't know. So I just at the end of the week will try to make sure that all of these are checked off, which means that I've done them all, maybe not all at the same time, but I've hit all of these things. These things I don't worry about as much because I know like if I didn't do it, like if I didn't wipe down the bathroom sink for whatever reason on Tuesday, then I know that I'm going to do it on Wednesday, because when I'm getting ready, I will see that my 9-year-old has left a giant blob of toothpaste in the sink. So I will clean it up, that sort of thing. So yeah, I just am moving this along with me. And this is from the Planner Room shop. So my next section, I don't even know what my next section is. That is acetate that I printed. I think this was a freebie from Plan with B. Oh, my next section is trackers. Oh, this was, I think this was like a pad from Target, and I just found it like cleaning out a shelf and there weren't that many pages, so I just pulled them off of like the notepad and punched them in here. So this is where I have been tracking my cycle. This is from the Planner Room shop. I really should, I have not been, yeah. Anyway, that's a yearly tracker. I have been using this monthly tracker from, I think this is from the Planner Room shop as well. So these are kind of my everyday things. You can see this is when I got back into my rings. I also track stuff for my mental health, which I switched up the tracking for. I just took it off of this monthly. So this was October. This was November. I didn't do so well at a lot of things, but yeah. And then this is December. So I track when I work out. I have to take my fasting blood sugar every morning because I'm pre-diabetic. My meds that I take every day, my AM routine. This for me is important to track because I have depression. And so for me, and my morning routine is basically kind of getting up, taking a shower, putting on clean clothes, making the bed, like that sort of thing. And so I know that if I've haven't done this for, you know, like 3 or 4 or even 5 days sometimes, that, and this is like the whole routine. Like sometimes I will get up, take a shower, and just put on clean pajamas, and get back in bed. I don't get a check mark for that, because to me that's a signal that there's something going on, like with my mental health. If they're 2 days in a row, that's usually a weekend. Gonna be honest, I don't usually do like the full routine on the weekends. I generally will get up, make the bed, take a shower, and kind of that's it. I don't like get myself really ready. I'll probably put pajamas back on, that sort of thing, if we don't have anything to do. Also trying to keep myself hydrated. I get a check mark if I have like 2, I mean, I have 2 different ones, but I have like those Stanley tumblers. So if I drink 2 of those a day, then I get a check mark. If I only drink 1, then I just get a little slash. I have been attempting to do intermittent fasting. It has not been going well for December. I am pre-diabetic. I really shouldn't drink soda, and I really need to limit not just the sugar, but the carbs, but baby steps. I do have a sweet tooth. I'm just going to go out and say that, which is not great for me. So if I don't drink any soda, don't have any sweets, I get a check. You can see, I mean, it's just, it's December. I don't know. I'm giving myself some grace for, if I have one, then I'll try not to have the other. So if I drink like a soda with dinner, then I won't let myself have any other like sweets. Then I'm trying to track my writing. Disastrous for December. I have not been reading as much as I should. I haven't been journaling as much as I should. I haven't been doing it. Well, I do consider reading and journaling like part of my self-care, but I just really realized that I don't do a lot for myself. I did make a list of kind of self-care things that are more than just like doing a face mask or taking a bubble bath, but things that really kind of feed my soul. Yeah, and I've only done it one day this month. And then doing Wordle every day, because I think it helps me stay sharp. So that's December. And then this is where I moved my mental health tracking. These are a freebie from Peanuts Planner Co., if I'm not mistaken. So you get 2 months on a page. Technically, I am using it for both sheets for 1 month. So I track my depression on a scale of 1 to 5. I track my anxiety on a scale from 1 to 5. And I track how tired I am on a scale from 1 to 5, as well as my sleep. Because for me, all of these things are tied together. I think like any person who deals with mental health issues, like how those things show up in them like differs from person to person. But for me, I have found that a lot of the time, all of these things are related. So when I am depressed, I will feel really tired and sleep a lot. If I haven't had a lot of sleep, a lot of times that will trigger my anxiety for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but it does. And I feel like I got a lot of sleep in November. These kind of like you can see there were a lot more fives than I typically have in a month. I was in a car accident on the 15th, so that triggered a lot of like my anxiety. You can see, and then I was getting a lot of sleep because I was in a lot of pain, and taking like muscle relaxers for that. But yeah, so November was kind of all over the place. I have, how can I say this? The holiday season is always hard for me for a number of reasons. And I'm not going to go into all of them, but there are a lot. I feel like things happen, like not great things tend to happen to me towards the end of the year. And I'm really ready for 2023 to be over. And I don't even think I haven't had this bad of like a year kind of emotionally. I don't even know if the pandemic year was as bad as this year has been. Although, I don't know, I think we were kind of all walking around like in a fog. So maybe I just haven't processed feelings from that. Who knows? Anyway, so this is November. And then this is December so far. So yeah, I'm glad that there haven't been any fives really for my depression, but my anxiety has been really high this month. And then I got a Peloton for Christmas. We ordered it on Black Friday and it got delivered. When did it get delivered? November 30th. Because I did my first Peloton workout on December 1st. So these are from SM Plans. I'm just tracking my Peloton workout. So this is for December. I have one in here for January. And then this is, where did I get this from? The Planner Room shop. Just another yearly tracker. These are all of my morning fasting blood sugars for the year. I'm pretty good about it. Some months are better than others. Usually it depends on like where I have my glucose meter. So yeah, I think like at one point I had, for whatever reason, it was in my bedroom and I kept forgetting to take it when it's in there. Like I said, out of sight, out of mind. My next section is my gratitude log. These are from the Planner Room shop. I've used these for a couple of years. I really like them. So I just kind of write either something good that happened that day or something I'm grateful for. I like it because you get to do like a little kind of processing of the month on the next page. So that was October. This was November. I only missed 2 days. Really pleased with myself. And then this is December so far. I've only missed 1 day. Sometimes I can go back and write something. I try not to miss a day, but life happens, it's unavoidable. So when I pick up my planner the next morning, I usually fill it in. And then I always have like my daily pages that I can go back and remember what happened that day, and it will sometimes jog a memory. I don't know why I just skipped December 3rd. I can't remember what happened on that day, but yeah, so I have a couple of those in here. And then I just have some guided journal prompts. I think I actually bought some prompts off of Etsy and downloaded them, but then I just kind of wrote them so I could stick them in here because I think it's like an A5 or it's like a half letter size. This is a picture of my dad and I on my wedding day, family picture with my husband and our son. More vellum, can't remember where that came from. This is my health section. So I have been tracking, like I used to just have a symptom log, and that sort of works, but it is really helpful for me to have my symptoms on a monthly calendar, because I can see trends more clearly, but I can also look back and see, like my allergies here were really bad for some, you know, and I can look at this and say, why were my allergies so bad for like this entire kind of 4-day period? And then I can look back on my daily pages and remember like, oh yeah, because that's the day that I cleaned out our closet and like pulled everything out, took everything off of the shelves, like dusted and did all that, and I am highly allergic to dust. So it triggered a really bad allergy attack for me. I had to use my inhaler. It was a whole thing. You know, this was like the day that I got into the car accident. Well, I didn't get into an accident. Someone hit my car, but yeah, so this was me kind of tracking what was going on, my pain level. I was tracking my exercise on here, but I didn't continue. Well, I'm just putting a dot for my Peloton workouts. But this is the same thing for December. And I don't know where these are from. The Planner Room shop. Oops. Then I just have like my list of doctors and whatnot, medications that I'm on. I have doctor visit logs that I try to take notes on because my memory is really bad. This is a medication tracker just in case I get prescribed something that's not my standard medication that I take every day, or if I'm trying out a new medication. Like I had one earlier in the year, like we switched up my antidepressant. We switched to a different one and a different dose. So I was kind of tracking, taking it, as well as like any symptoms I was having from it, so that when I met with my doctor again, I could say like, yeah, this is working, or no, it's not working. This is just a doily that I laminated and put some vinyl stickers on, sticky notes, projects. I think I just have lists in here for now. These are my two sons. This is at my older son's high school graduation. That was just after getting his picture taken with Santa. My next section is my home section. So I have meals. I'm attempting to meal plan once a month because it is a chore that I absolutely hate, but it makes my life so much easier when I do it. So I figure if I sit down, you can see the beginning of November, we were just kind of winging it because we had a lot of stuff already like in our freezer that I was trying to use, and then we would just kind of go to the store when we needed to add stuff to it. So we didn't really have a set meal plan. So then around the 10th, I was like, you know what, like I really need to figure out the rest of the month because it'll just be easier. So then I kind of sat down and planned this out, and then my car got hit on the 15th, and that kind of threw everything out of whack, and like I couldn't really do anything for a couple of weeks. It was just not great. And Still slacking for November, but I am optimistic that I will eventually get this right. So yeah, but I have, and this is the same insert that I do my symptoms tracking on from the Planner Room shop. I just have like a list of if I'm meal planning and can't really think of anything. This is kind of just like a themed night, so if I'm meal planning, can't think of anything that I want to have, I can look at this and say, oh, like Wednesday sheet pans, like, oh yeah, like you make that sheet pan chicken dinner with just like chicken and roasted vegetables, or what's a new sandwich, or you know, we can get out the panini press and kind of make some sandwiches and just have like sandwiches and kettle chips. Or Saturday is a really good night to have breakfast for dinner, like that sort of thing. And then a list of kind of easy meals, refrigerator staples that kind of always need to go on the grocery list. I am really wanting to use my Instant Pot and my air fryer a lot more next year. I don't, confession, I'm terrified of the Instant Pot. I don't know why, I just am. And anytime that we've used it, my husband has been the one that cooked in it. And then this is my cleaning section that I talked about earlier. So these are the inserts from the Planner Room shop, and you can kind of see some weeks I'm really good about checking things off. Some weeks not so much. Like I said, this was the week of my accident, so a lot of stuff didn't get done that week. And then this was last week. This is my family section. Really, it's just my kids section. So I have his like the calendar for his school district. I just printed off of their website, punched in. I have all of his doctor's information for his teachers. This is like a plan with B insert. So like the teacher, oh, I need to fill this in because he is doing, he wanted to do drama club, so the little theater nerd in me is so excited. So anyway, one side has like his school information, his teacher's information, logins for the things that they do online. This side is for school activities. This is his doctor's information, vaccine dates, all of that stuff. A doctor's appointment log. I did stick a new health log in here for him. These are from SM Plans. These are personal size, and you can see the difference between personal and Franklin Covey. That is just a picture of him. I printed on vellum. A prescription log. I need to update that too because he has some new medications. And then this is my notes section. So I just have random sticky notes, passwords stuck on sticky notes, all of that good stuff, contact and like email addresses, regular addresses. I did get some Pen and Gear notebooks from Walmart, and I really like that paper. So I just pull some out of the notebook, cut them down to size, have those in here. Let's see, lists. So like some stuff like long-term kind of spending that I'm currently saving for, board games that we want to buy and have, that sort of thing. And then in the back, I have some stickers. This is just like a blank thank you note in case I need to write a note to my kid's teacher or something. Glasses prescriptions. I made these if found cards in Canva and laminated. So I have one for if I lose my planner. The other one is my in case of emergency. And then just, these aren't like cards that I use the most, but just the rest of my cards, I guess, except I need to take our flexible spend and put it in my other planner. So that is the flip of my setup. I still have not figured out exactly what I'm using for next year, but I know that personal rings will play a part in it some way. I always feel myself going back to rings, even though I really enjoy bound books, just because I feel the most organized and productive in rings. Like, it forces me out of my brain and to think about things, I don't know, I don't want to say more logically, but to think about things in a way that I don't always think about them. And then, I don't know if I mentioned, I just sort of made all of these tabs. They're just like sticky notes that I got off of Amazon, and I used our label maker to put labels on them. But yeah, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments. I will get back to you. I will link all of the inserts below. I am looking forward to pulling out my October and November. I have them in here because I knew I wanted to film this video, and it's just taken me forever to film it. But I should be back definitely before the end of the year with a few videos. But yeah, if you have made it this far, I appreciate you so much. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my rambling, whatever this was, be sure to click the subscribe button down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.